you wrote a book called "We Are All Apes."
That's correct.
Where's your proof that we are all apes?
What is an ape?
Right. What is the ape?
Right. An ape is any member of the taxonomic superfamily Hominoidea.
Amazing. Have you ever seen a human being turn into you ever seen a?
I'm 6 feet tall. This blonde girl is 5'11". Why in the goddamn bloody red color of busted pussy cunt rag on the fuck is my elbow to wrist not longer than hers? Now I'm a man. She's a woman. I'm taller than her. She's shorter than me. Why is my form shorter? Goddamn being on the higher rung of ladder of evolution, if it means I have to have short arms, I'd rather be 3 rungs lower and have longer arms.
I got you.
So, Aron, you're an expert on evolution, right? Answer me this. Is it true? If it's true that a guy, men, will have longer limbs, arms, and legs than their female counterparts. If it's true that the average 5'5" man will have longer arms and longer forearms than the average 6 foot tall woman. Why in the hell is it true in so many videos that I, as a 6 foot tall man, my forearms are not as long as some and many females who are 5'8" or taller? Why in the hell are my forearms so damn short? The only hope is maybe these people are closer on the evolutionary ladder to apes, because apes got long arms, and maybe I'm closer, more advanced, evolutionary. I'm on a higher rung of evolution because my arms are not so long. Because I'm further away from apes on the ladder of evolution than these people. I'd rather be lower on the ladder of evolution and have long arms than those long-armed, top-notch girls. It turns me on when my forearms are longer than those top-notch girls. It just does. I love it. I don't want sex. I don't want a girlfriend. I'm happy being single. I just want long. For a while, I think my arms are growing because they've gotten longer. Thank God. But before this, I wanted to get a laser off to break my arms in 4 different places and stretch my bones so I could have longer forearms and longer arms. And those top-notch girls, you would not understand how happy it makes me now that my arms are getting longer than these top-notch girls. My arms are still not long enough. I want forearms that are 11 and a half inches long. That's good enough. But then I got to work on getting cosmetic surgery, getting a hair transplant, and lipo, Sonic loses gut, belly, and maybe a little reconstructive cosmetic surgery on my face, unless I can pull it off with my hair transplant. So I can be a hottie, a foxy, hottie looking guy. I'd rather be foxy with long arms and 3 rungs lower on the ladder of evolution than 4 rungs higher than I am already. And have these short fucking goddamn arms and not be a hottie. If I could do so and still go to heaven because Jesus would save me in the end, I'd be willing to sell my soul for this. See how short these girls are? See how tall I am? Should my elbow to wrist bone be a good solid 1.25 inches longer than theirs, instead of just barely longer than theirs?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, have I ever seen a shark turn into a fish?
I didn't ask about any of those things. I asked, when have you ever seen an ape turn into a human being?
I'm trying to illustrate the fallacy of your question.
How's that fallacy? You wrote that we're all ape. You must have.
And we are.
You
And
must
that book,
have at some point.
You got her by a half inch.
I mean, this gives me fucking blue balls. We got a 6'2", top notch, fine as wine, blonde, East Carolina University college chick. She's a 6'2" tall female. I'm a 6 foot tall man. Shouldn't my forearms be maybe a fourth of an inch longer than hers? Instead of hers being 1/16 of an inch longer than mine? I mean, why live if I cannot be happy with myself? And the other kick in the ass, would this girl think I'm a good looking guy? Because if she would not think I'm a good looking guy, I cursed her.
Oh yeah, look at that. My elbow a little longer, yeah.
Have you personally seen a human being, an ape turn into a human being?
It would be impossible for a human being to be anything other than an ape for the same reason that it is impossible for a dachshund to be anything but a dog. Have you ever seen a dog turn into a dachshund?
Why are you running from that question?
I'm not. I'm answering
you're
the
running.
question. I'm illustrating.
No,
what's
you're
wrong with the
running.
question.
You're running from that question. You wrote this book
I
that
am
we are
facing
apes.
you head on, answering your question directly.
No, you're not.
Humans are a subset of the category of apes.
I didn't ask you that.
We
I
start
asked
out
you
apes.
how
We can't. So therefore, it makes no sense to ask how the parent category turns into the subcategory. It is exactly the same as asking if I've ever seen a bird turn into a duck. Do you understand why your question? Have you ever seen a bird turn into a duck? How about I ask
But
you
that
question?
wasn't the question.
But that's the same question, isn't it?
You wrote the book saying we are.
fallacy.
You tried to
Can a
divert.
duck- can
You
a
tried to
duck
deviate
not-
from
can a-
the question.
can
And
a
you
duck
wrote a
not be a
book
bird?
called "We Are All Apes."
Can
and
a
so
duck
how
not
did
be a
how
bird?
can you write a book that says we're all ape when
Uh-huh,
you've never
just like
seen a ape turn into a human being?
Have you ever seen a duck turn into a? Have you ever seen a bird turn into a duck? Or
Why are you
vice
dodging
versa?
the question, man?
I'm not dodging the question. I'm answering it.
No, you're not.
Can
It's like
a
when I
duck-
asked you if you love a Christian, you went
I
all
answered
around.
that question.
I asked you where you going. You tell me where you been.
And I answered your question directly.
No, you didn't. You're not answering
Yes,
this
I
one.
did.
So one
You
more
don't
time
understand
with
what
that,
the
and then
word
we have to
ape
move
means.
on.
You don't
Have you
understand what
ever
the word
seen
ape
an
means. That's
ape?
why I'm trying to explain it to you.
Have you ever seen an ape turn into a human being?
Okay, let's look at that. What does the word ape mean? That means a bipedal hominoid with a certain number of hair follicles, with a certain type of teeth, with fingerprints and fingernails. That means all these descriptive features that we share. Have I ever seen us turn into us?
You just use the word, but you're not making sense because I do
know,
want to
because
know.
you don't know anything at all about taxonomy
Okay.
whatsoever. So how can I
So you're
explain
not able to
taxonomy
answer that
somebody who
question.
doesn't know anything about it?
So
You
you're not
understand that the
able
word
to answer
ape-
that question. I
Do you
want to do
understand
a
that the word
follow up.
ape? Do you understand that the word ape is a taxonomic question? Right? That's a taxonomic word. Do you understand what it means?
No, that's not the question. No, you're deviating.
No, I'm not deviating. What
Now,
does the word
if you
ape
should
mean?
prove to me that you've seen a ape turn
What
into a human
does
being,
the word
that
ape mean?
word can mean many things. But let me ask
Yeah,
you this.
but this word means one thing. What does it mean?
I have no idea.
It means any member of the taxonomic superfamily Hominoidea, which means that it has a number of these characteristics: fingernails and fingerprints, the certain type of dentition that we have, the certain type of ears that we have, all of these characters, the two pectoral mammae, etc. There's a whole long list of different physical characteristics that define what an ape is.
Okay,
So
fine.
when
I don't
you
care
ask
about
me-
the humanity, but what
I
I,
know
do
you don't
want to
care
know,
what the words mean.
I do want to
I
know if you ever
You
seen
want to
an
ask
ape.
me a nonsense question?
I want to
and
know, have
cannot
you ever seen
understand-
an ape turn into a human being? After all these years, you would have think that somebody, somewhere, somehow, would have seen an ape turn into a human being, and no one has ever seen that.
Except that you're asking a question that makes no sense.
Even the
I'm trying
people
to
books
explain
that
to
you have read and the folks that you listen to
Okay. Are we done here?
have never seen that.
Are we
So-
done here? Because you're not going to listen to my explanation. You're asking me a
Because you're not
stupid
answering
question.
my question.
I am answering your
You're
question.
going
You just
around
don't-
my
you don't understand
question.
what it means.
You're going around my question. You're not answering my question.
I did not go around your question.
You did. I
bludgeoned
asked you,
into it.
have you ever seen an ape turn into a human being?
You don't know what the word ape means.